Solving systems of linear equations. Well, there's three situations that can happen when you have some lines you're plotting. They can cross, and if they cross, they have one solution, which is right there where they cross at. They could not cross, or they're just parallel to each other, and there would be no solutions. Or they can be the same darn line, and they could have infinite solutions. Seems like a little bit of chapter 7 snuck in here. And in fact, if you look back at 7-3, when we were solving systems of equations, we did that with algebra. But now we can add to that and we can solve them graphically. All right, so graphically, we have your axes here, and I have two lines that I've plotted. And up here, see this notation where we have kind of a parentheses? That tells you that these two equations are a system. All right, so that's both of these lines. So one of these lines has the equation y equals 2/3 x. So of course we're going to look at that and say, oh, that is a direct variation. Oh my gosh. And then the other equation is down here, and that is for the other line. You should be able to tell which equation goes with which line just by looking at the slope. This slope is negative, so you know it has to be this line, and this slope is positive, so it has to be this guy. Now, where is the solution? It's where they cross, and if I count over 3 spots, and then I count up 2. So my solution is the ordered pair 3, 2. And now take note here. When we look at these two equations, our slopes are different. All right? Now, we have another set of equations. I've got the axes, and here are two lines. And if you kind of squint your eyes, you can pretend that they are straight lines. And these lines, if they go on forever and ever and ever, will never cross. So the functions for these two of this system is y equals x plus 3, which should be the top one, and y equals x minus 2, which would be the bottom, because our intercepts, our y-intercepts, are at different locations. Now these are parallel lines. They are going to have no solutions. Why? Because they never cross, they never touch. And note here, the slopes are the same, but the y-intercepts are different. Yes, I am trying to show you a pattern. So now we have our third situation. There's our axes, and I've plotted both lines, and when you plot them out, they plot right smack dab on top of each other. So this is really simplistic, but the first one is y equals 1/3 x, plus 2, and the second one is y equals 1/3 x plus 2. These are in fact the same line, and they have infinite solutions, and the slopes are the same, and the b's are the same. So when we are using our graphs here, if we have two equations that the slopes are different, you know they're going to cross, right? They're going to have one solution. If you have a situation where the slopes are the same, but the y-intercept is different, then you're not going to have any solutions at all because they're parallel. And if you have a situation where you can rearrange it so that and see that the slope and the y-intercept are the same, then you are going to say there's infinite solutions because they're exactly the same line. All right, so finish up that homework, go ahead and check it, and you should be good for Chapter 8 test part 2.